There's a grief no one warns us about. Not the grief of losing something, the grief of getting better. We picture healing as a homecoming. The weight lifts, the noise quiets, and we finally return to ourselves. But no one mentions the silence that comes after the pain leaves. One ordinary morning we stand in front of the mirror, and the face looking back is calm and a complete stranger. The war is over, and we have no idea who we are without it. This is the part we don't say out loud, because it sounds ungrateful. We fought so hard to feel better, and now that we do, we are frightened. We decide something must be wrong with us, that we are broken in some new way, for missing the weight. Nothing is wrong with us. This is one of the oldest human fears, wearing a new coat. Who am I? Once I am no longer the thing that happened to me. Almost all of us, climbing out of a hard season, have stood at that exact edge and felt the floor go soft. This isn't our private defect. It's the toll the road takes from all of us. For a long time, the pain wasn't just something we carried. It became the architect. It built our boundaries, sharpened our humor, taught us where every landmine was buried. It handed us a map and a role to play, the strong one, the survivor, the one who holds everyone else together. We learned to read a room the moment we walked into it. We learned to feel the weather of someone's mood before they had said a word, to carry the spare key to everyone else's crisis. A predictable pain can feel safer than an unpredictable peace. So when the storm finally ends, the map goes useless, the roles ring hollow, and we begin to suspect the worst, that the traits we called our personality, the watchfulness, the overgiving, the fierce need to handle everything alone, were never really us. They were just clever ways to stay alive. Take the armor away, and maybe there is no one underneath, maybe just an empty space. Carl Jung knew the empty space from the inside. In his late 30s, at the height of his reputation, his world came apart. He broke with Freud, the man who had been his mentor and, in a way, his map. And afterwards something in him came loose. The brilliant doctor who explained the human mind to everyone else suddenly could not say what he himself was. He kept seeing his patients, kept the shape of his days, but inside, he later admitted, he felt unmoored, suspended, with nothing solid beneath him. And there is the part that sounds nothing like a great psychologist. To find his way back, Jung started to play. He remembered being a small boy who loved building things out of stones. And so, a grown man, a famous man, he walked down to the lake shore near his home and began to build. Little houses, a whole small village, with a church at its center, stone by stone, in the dirt, like a child. He did it in the quiet hour after his patients had gone, jacket off, on his knees by the water. He felt ridiculous. He did it anyway, every day, because it was the one thing that turned the emptiness from a threat into a question. He wasn't discovering who he was building it, from the ground up, with his hands. That's the thing we forget while we are standing in the hollow place. We read the blank slate as proof that nothing is there. Jung read it as the only soil in which something could finally grow. Still, the emptiness doesn't go quietly. Have we noticed how, the moment life turns calm, some part of us reaches back for the noise? We pick the fight, we take on too much. We answer a gentle message with a sharper one than it ever needed. We refresh the screen, waiting for bad news that isn't coming. Not because we want to suffer, because the calm feels like a lie. In a storm, silence was always the warning before the next blow. So now, in real peace, we stay braced, still waiting for the other shoe to drop. Living without the wound means learning to trust the quiet, to believe that a day where nothing happened isn't the calm before something, it's just a good day. And in that quiet, we finally meet the questions the chaos always drowned out. What do we enjoy? What do we want? Not in order to survive, but simply because we want it. Who are we when no one is attacking and there is nothing left to defend? Jung kept building, stone by stone, long after he no longer needed to. There's no map for this part, and maybe that's the mercy of it. Going from surviving to living isn't a discovery, it's an invention. The new self doesn't arrive fully formed and waiting. We make it, slowly, out of small and almost embarrassing choices. We try a hobby that has nothing to do with the past. We make a friend who never knew the broken version of us. We sit in a room once without counting the exits. We learn, awkwardly, how to want something small, a slow morning, a song on repeat, a walk with no purpose, and to let ourselves have it without flinching, without earning it first. None of it feels heroic. It feels fragile, like learning to walk. That's allowed. We are, in a real way, raising ourselves again, in a world that has finally stopped trying to break us. And slowly the hollow place stops feeling like absence. It fills, not with the heavy lead of the old pain, but with lighter things, things we choose. The blank slate was never emptiness, it was room. So if we are standing in the hollow place right now, if we are frightened of the person we are becoming, because we don't recognize them yet, this is worth holding on to. The fear isn't a sign we are failing, it's a sign that the wound is closing. It takes a strange kind of courage to set down the pain that defines us and say out loud, I don't know who I am yet, but I'm willing to find out. The trauma was a chapter, a long one, a heavy one. It was never the whole book. Jung went down to the lake and played in the dirt until he was someone again. We get to do the same. In whatever small way is ours, the silence isn't a void. It's the sound of a beginning, and we are not facing it alone.